Hey guys. Sorry, I didn't really give you guys a whole lot of notice here, so I will wait a couple minutes to see if anyone else can hop on. I really hope to catch maybe a couple, one or two, maybe live. If not, totally fine. You guys can watch the replay. I'm so excited for this class. This has been awesome, learning all about this. So I hope you guys can hear me good too. This is the first time I've done a live from my desktop and not my phone. So hopefully that is all good. I think it should be. I practiced a couple days ago at Cherish, so we'll see. Make sure you guys have your water. Like I said, it said that using these protocols can make you very thirsty. So make sure you have some water nearby, and then that you're not diffusing anything. We want to make sure that these oils, these oils are extremely powerful. So we want to make sure that our body is simply paying attention to the oils that we're using for the class, not anything you have diffusing in your house. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'll just catch everyone in the replay. I'm so excited for this, you guys. So like I said yesterday in my class, I have been diving in deep to just all emotional well-being with these oils. Are using these oils for emotional well-being. And it's been incredible. So the book that I'm going to be teaching the classroom today is I Am Fabulous. I got it from Aroma Tools. Hey sis, oh, I know you don't have all of these oils, but stay on here and learn, because this technique is amazing. And let me know if you can hear me okay, because like I said, this was my first time doing it from my computer. So I want to make sure that everyone can hear me before I do this entire class. So that book, like I said, I got this from Aroma Tools. And then another book, okay, good. Another book that I have been diving in pretty deep is the Emotions and Essential Oils. So I actually got this a few years ago and then didn't really do a whole lot with it. So I have been getting a lot of use out of this, but there is a newer version. So this was from 2016. And so the newer one, I think, is a different cover, but same principles as far as information in it. So this is a really, really good book if you find that this class is super interesting and you want to learn more. Again, you can get this on Aroma Tools as well. They both might be on Oil Life too. I'm not positive, but I know for sure they're both on Aroma Tools. So really quick, I want to just tell you a little bit. So the author of I Am Fabulous is Desiree Van Gandog. Probably butchering that. She's an acupuncturist and essential oil expert. She specializes in emotional well-being with the use of essential oils and Chinese medical principles. So you are going to see me reading a lot. Like I said, I am new to this. I am learning from her and then teaching. So this is not my own stuff. So I want to make sure that I get the words. Sorry, I just bit my tongue. I want to make sure that I get it correct. So sorry if I keep looking down, but I'm reading from the book and from the tear out. I upload, sorry, there's a lot of notes on here too, but I uploaded this tear sheet into the files part of this page. So you guys can go back and, sorry, I'm just fixing my computer here. There we go. You guys can go back and reference the tear sheet. You can print it out, use it for yourself later, or right now if you wanted. The, I guess it's 10 oils that we're going to be using today, like I noted earlier, are Melaleuca, or tea tree, oregano, cypress, fennel, bergamot, grapefruit, Douglas fir, and spearmint. And then ginger and cinnamon bark. So those are the oils Sorry, my screen is messing up. Those are the oils that we're going to be using in the practice today. And I just want to do a little bit of an introduction, and then we will get started with the application of the oils. So all emotions have an energetic pattern and unique frequencies. These frequencies affect the way our cells divide and the way our organs function, our hormonal makeup, and our blood circulates through our system. Energy is not something obscure. It is measured constantly in the scientific community. So if you are on a journey of wellness, looking at your emotional health is a must. The purpose of these blends is to empower you to become your best self, to move gracefully through life no matter what the circumstances. Difficulties and obstacles will affect each person. It is how you respond to these situations that will determine your character and personal success. I personally love that. And another thing is it's imperative that our emotions flow, but pain can block the flow. So we are meant to experience all emotions. That's part of being a human. No one is supposed to be happy all the time. No one is supposed to be sad all the time. We're supposed to experience all of the emotions fully and then let them out and make room for new ones. So allow these oils to help you connect with your emotional self. This will help you to feel the rainbow of emotions that are available to us: love, joy, peace, sorrow, anger, sadness, satisfaction, excitement, and more. And then one last little thing, because I thought this was really cool, and then we will dive in. So we have been taught that aromatic use is the best way for essential oils to affect our moods and our emotions. I have also found that topical application of the oils on specific acupuncture points and meridians yield an even greater change in mood. Chinese medicine teaches us that each organ has a correlating emotion associated with it. I thought this was so cool. I didn't know this. The lungs are associated with sadness, the liver with anger, the heart with sadness, the spleen with worry and overthinking, and kidneys with fear. Unresolved feelings can become trapped in these organs as well as the corresponding meridians. Have you ever heard of someone who weeps while receiving a massage? Often this is because trapped emotions have been released from the tissues. Have you known someone who has never been the same after a traumatic accident? The shock and fear become trapped in joints, bones, and muscles. It must be released in order to experience optimum wellness. With these blends, she provides locations along meridians that yield quick results. The combination of specific oils and targeted organ meridians will create quick emotional shifts. Most of these blends will create change within 1 to 6 weeks. Some blends will have an impact within a day. Your emotional, spiritual body will change with consistent use, and you will evolve. And then something else will come up, and you will need a different blend to address another layer of thoughts and emotions. So I thought that was really interesting. I did not realize that certain feelings corresponded with certain organs in our bodies. And Cherish is actually going to be doing, she's been diving in pretty deep with like the liver and just how to take care of it and everything. So I think she's going to be sharing that next Thursday. So that's it from there. So why we use essential oils for emotional wellness. This is from the tear sheet. Our emotional health greatly affects our physical health, such as hormonal balance and energy to function day to day. Our physical, relational, spiritual, and professional success is dependent upon emotional maturity and ability to handle obstacles. Hi, Cheyenne. I'm so glad you're here. So you missed a little bit. It was just an intro to the book and the author, so you haven't missed any of the protocol yet. And then emotional wellness allows you to become the best version of yourself and make your dreams come true. So there's a saying that wherever focus goes, energy flows. This process that we're going to go through helps to get rid of common stagnations that people have in their bodies. After this, you should feel like a weight has been lifted off of you, and it's going to allow things to flow through your body a little bit better. And then Tony Robbins, I thought this was a pretty cool quote. Tony Robbins says, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your emotions you feel on a daily basis. Like I said earlier, we should be feeling all of the emotions, not just one of them. And it shouldn't stick around. Like sadness shouldn't just stick around in us. So what we're going to be doing in this class is I'm going to be walking you through a protocol by applying specific essential oils to acupuncture points on our bodies to remove common blockages that we have. We're going to address overwhelm, fears, self-esteem, clarity, and personal power. And I'm also going to provide recommendations on how to navigate through this book that I was just telling you guys about. So we're going to start the first protocol. The first oil we're going to be using is Melaleuca or tea tree. They've changed. It's always been known as tea tree. doTERRA called it Melaleuca, and now we're going back to tea tree. So tea tree is the oil of energetic boundaries. So if you want to think of this, it's kind of going to like disinfect our like our spirit. It removes any chaos that's around us. It cleanses attachments that do not serve us. Sometimes we involve ourselves with people, circumstances, commitments, etc. that are not healthy, and they create overwhelm. This application will begin the process of letting go of unhealthy attachments. So we're going to be applying this to the back of the neck, the throat, the heart space, and around the belly button. So now when she speaks about the heart space, she's not meaning exactly over your heart. It's going to be in between your breasts, right here, like over the top of your sternum in the center right there. So I'm just going to do a drop. I just put my finger over the orifice reducer, apply to the back of the neck, and throat area, apply to the heart area. I'll be putting my hand up my shirt quite a bit this class. That'll be a first on the internet. And then around the belly button. I'm glad my camera doesn't go real low. Okay, so next we are going to use oregano. So oregano is a warmer oil. Hi Jill! I'm so glad you joined. So you haven't missed a whole lot. Just the beginning, I read a little bit, so you can go back and re-listen, but I didn't see when you joined. So we just applied Melaleuca to our heart space, our throat, the back of our neck, and around our belly button. But like I was just saying, oregano is a hot oil. So if you have sensitive skin, you may want to dilute this. This is just going on the top of our head. I don't tend to have super sensitive skin, and since my hair is kind of protecting it, I'm not going to be diluting it today. But by all means, if you have sensitive skin, dilute. Just take a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. But I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, and I'm going to apply it to my head. Now you could also just drop a drop of it. I'm just going to apply it with my finger though. Now oregano is known as the oil of humility and non-attachment. Sorry, I'm gonna move my notes around here. This oil is going to help one step outside oneself to get perspective and see what needs to change. Creates an open mind and flexibility to make necessary changes for personal growth. So this oil is going to be really, really, this is important to everyone and for the protocol, but this is especially important to someone who you would consider to be stubborn. If you consider yourself stubborn, or if you're teaching this to someone that is really stuck in their ways, oregano is going to be a really good oil to open that block for them. One quick thing too is don't be surprised if after applying these oils, especially as we get further in, that you might experience like an overwhelming feeling of emotion. That is completely normal. It's good. It actually means that it's working and that you're moving it through your body. Emotions that were stuck are no longer stuck, and they need to be released. So don't be surprised though if you start to feel emotional while doing this. Hopefully I don't be crying on here. But so let's move on. Sorry, I digress. So next we're going to use cypress. Cypress is the oil of motion and flow. It powerfully moves all stagnation, especially those who are stuck in old ways of thinking and being. This is wonderful for those who constantly feel like they're fighting rather than living in the flow. It creates fluidity of the spirit. So this we are going to be placing on the inside of our elbow creases. So right in here, like right where you would get like a IV put or whatever. So get a drop. This. You can do it to both arms. I love these things. So something else that's really interesting is I did not realize, like I said, the emotional points of these oils when I first got started. So like learning that this is the oil of motion and flow is really cool. I don't know. There's just so much that I've learned, and I know I'm holding myself back right now. I'm trying really hard to not just be like, ah, so excited. But this is so cool, you guys. Okay. So the next, so that completes the eliminating overwhelm protocol. Now we're going to move to boosting our self-esteem. We're going to grab our fennel. Now this is the oil of responsibility and integrity. We have to take responsibility for our health. This is something that I feel like a lot of people don't do. They feel like, I'm fine. And then once things start to go wrong, then it's like playing catch up. So this is the oil that is going to help us with realizing what we need to take responsibility for and do it. So this helps you to connect with your personal needs and begin saying yes to all that you are. Fennel brings freedom because it gives permission to let go of unnecessary responsibilities and guides you to be honest with what really matters to you. Lastly, fennel brings courage to speak up and live authentically. So we are going to apply this on the inside of our wrist creases. So right in there on both hands. Okay. So this one, I think, is a little bit, it's really important to me because as women, we tend to judge ourselves really strong. We tend to judge other women very strong. And I just can't wait for myself to stop looking in the mirror and seeing all the things that are wrong with me and just start seeing the things that I absolutely love about myself. So this is a protocol that I plan on repeating daily, maybe with the fennel, the bergamot, and the grapefruit, until that is what I start seeing, because it is so important to show that to our kids and to feel that way about ourselves. We are all beautiful. We're all doing a good job, and it's about time we start telling ourselves that. So yeah, I'm really excited for this boosting self-esteem part. I think I touched my nose after I touched the oregano. Be careful for that. Okay, so next we're going to be doing bergamot and grapefruit. We're going to be applying them both in the same places, but we're going to layer them. And these two oils together are the best oils for honoring ourselves. Bergamot is the oil of self-acceptance, and grapefruit is the oil of emotionally honoring our body. So these oils show you how to love yourself unconditionally. You begin to honor your needs and experience total self-acceptance. It's time to fall deeply in love with yourself. When you genuinely love yourself, your confidence increases and the people around you feel it. So society kind of teaches against this, right? Fight that urge. Love yourself, love who you are, and be confident with who you are. So I'm going to start with bergamot, and we're going to be applying this on our solar plexus. So that is the area above your belly button, but below your sternum, right there in between. So I'm going to get a drop of bergamot, apply that. And a drop of grapefruit, and apply that. All right. Now that closes out the boosting our self-esteem protocol. Notes are all over the place here. Next, we are moving on to clarity and vision. So we're going to use Douglas fir to start with. Douglas fir is the oil of generational wisdom. So kind of makes sense. It's a tree, right? lots and lots of wisdom with those trees. They've been around for a long time. This is great for breaking patterns. If you have a goal, Douglas fir is great for creating the map to get yourself to that goal. Break destructive habits that cloud your thinking and vision for yourself. Douglas fir allows you for divine wisdom and guidance. It brightens the mind so you can see your new path and gracefully transition to a new way of being. So we are going to take a drop of Douglas fir and we're going to apply that to the back of our neck. I love the way Douglas fir smells. As you can tell, I love the way a lot of the oils smell. Okay, next we are moving on to spearmint. So spearmint is the oil of confident speech. So I just realized this over the last couple weeks. So now, whenever I come on, I have been taking a drop of spearmint and putting it on my throat, and I cannot even tell you the difference that I feel for myself. I don't know if I seem different on the video, but just the difference in myself with my confidence in my speech. It's great for clarity. And for myself, I feel like sometimes I have a really hard time like articulating myself. I don't feel like I speak well, and this oil has really helped me to feel that I do. I don't know if I am, but at least I feel that I am. So this clears away thoughts that confuse and distract us from our life's mission, brings intense clarity and the ability to express to others our vision. You will speak from a space of sincerity and confidence when you have this oil. So we are going to take a drop of this and we're going to place it on the top of our head. So this is a great area to apply because obviously it's really close to our brain, really close to all of our nerves, and it just flows through our entire body really quickly when it's been placed on the top of our head. And last, for the protocol, we are going to be using ginger and cinnamon. So now I had posted earlier to, if you have these two, to put it in a roller. So these are both warmer oils. You may not want to apply them neat, which means undiluted. And we're applying them together. So I put 5 drops of cinnamon and 5 drops of ginger both in this, and then I topped it with fractionated coconut oil. So ginger is the oil of empowerment, and cinnamon is the oil of sexual harmony. So cinnamon is going to be an oil that is going to draw people to you. Desiree had said, when I was watching one of her videos, "Oh, you're fine, Trish." She had said that when you wear this together, that when you go out, you are going to people are just going to naturally be drawn to you. So if you don't want that, if you are going to the grocery store and you've just got things to do and you do not have time to talk, do not apply these 2 oils before you leave the house, because you will draw people to you when you wear these. But this is going to fill the heart with passion, excitement, and a deep desire to live out one's purpose. This is a combination that creates movement and inspiration. It increases courage so that no matter the obstacle, nothing or no one will stand in the way of your divine mission. So we are going to apply these to around our belly button and, the solar plexus and on the inside of the wrist. So I'm going to roll. It's a brand new roller. So on the inside of each wrist, and then along the solar plexus. So that area right above, between the belly button and the sternum area. This one smells really good too. I might wear this as perfume on days that I don't mind talking to people, right? Oh yeah, that smells really good. So just a little side note, me or Cherish or both of us together, I don't know how we're gonna do it yet, but next Tuesday we are doing an oil class on, okay, sis. We are doing a video on essential oils for the bedroom, and both of these oils are in one of the blends that we're using for that as well. It's gonna be a good class. Hopefully we can compose ourselves and not become children again, but just the FYI, those are both in that. So now that that protocol with all 4 of those is done, I feel really good. Definitely feeling like things, fire. Definitely feel like, I feel extremely happy right now. Feel a little, I don't know, heaviness happening around here, my heart space, but I feel really good. So, but the way that this works is you do that protocol, and then you can move on to a recommended blend afterwards. And Desiree does recommend that you use the next blend for 2 to 4 weeks after you finish this. And she says that you will just kind of know when you're ready to move on to the next. So if you look at the tear pad, so we just finished those. So the first section for the first 2 to 4 weeks, you would either choose Release Your Fears, or Bye Bye Baggage. So I'm going to read what both of those are for really quick. I'm not going to be reading all of them, just those 2. But for Release Your Fears, Release Your Fears is designed for the individual who is paralyzed by many fears. You may have difficulty moving forward and embracing change. These fears are not logical and may have been ingrained from childhood trauma. Even being made fun of in school can create disastrous effects in adult life. All these fears can prevent you from living your life fully and walking into your life. Of course, these fears are all based on lies, and this blend will break the pattern of feeling stuck. Telling yourself to stop being afraid will not break the pattern. It is an energetic vibration that has been trapped in your soul. Using Release Your Fears will shift that energetic pattern and transform to a higher vibration. So that blend has cardamom, juniper berry, lemon, basil, black pepper, lime, cinnamon, cedarwood, Hawaiian sandalwood in it. And the other one, so you're gonna, what she recommends is that you would either choose that blend if you feel that that fits you, or choose this Bye Bye Baggage, which Bye Bye Baggage assists you in releasing any kind of toxic people, places, or circumstances from your life. Generally, we know what and who are healthy and nourishing to our lives. However, often we can become addicted to what is unhealthy for us. This blend will help you identify the negative baggage in your world and create a desire to shed all that baggage for good. This is a very transformative blend that helps you transition into a new way of being. So you would pick one of those 2 to follow up this protocol, and you would use that from anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. Some people it may work faster on, some you may need the full 4 weeks. And then after you're done with that, you will move on to the next one. I Love Myself or Soothe the Soul. Basically, you just read the description for each of those again and pick which one suits you the best. This book has an insane amount of blends in it that are all incredible. So you really can't go wrong. But I will be choosing probably Release Your Fears. That's the one that I just felt that I was drawn to when I was reading those. So I will be applying that for the next 2 to 4 weeks, and then I'll move forward. So then following the sequence of blends from the I Am Fabulous book will accomplish these things. Release limiting beliefs, heal the heart from pain of rejection and disappointment, provide clarity on your divine purpose, build confidence, and create momentum as you project yourself out into the world. It is time for you to live your highest and best self. Share your talents with humanity because the world needs you to be fabulously you. And I just wanted to really quick go over the areas that she has us apply these oils, because if there's an area that she says to apply one or the blend, but maybe another oil is, or another area is speaking to you more, then you can do that. But the inside of the elbow creases, which we applied, I believe it was cypress. This one is one of her favorite locations to apply oils for emotional well-being. The lung, pericardium, and heart channels run through the elbow crease. When applied here, the oils quickly enter the lungs and the heart. In Chinese medicine, these organs are related to sadness and grief. You'll experience the sensation of your chest opening and feeling lighter when you apply blends to the inside elbow creases. Sorry, I'm getting a little, I don't know, I feel it's working. Inside of the wrist creases, which we applied a couple different oils to there, the lung, pericardium, and heart channels also run through the wrist creases. Essential oils applied here also move quickly to the chest. This is an easy, accessible location to apply your oils. That's my dog. Inside your forearms. Roll up and down the inside of your forearms, which we did not apply any today there, but there are blends that she does suggest that on both sides to have oils circulate quickly throughout the body. Many veins are close to the skin on the inside of the forearms, so the oils enter the bloodstream rapidly. This is the best location to instantly create change in your emotional state. So I have actually been telling people when they are experiencing high anxiety to roll the adaptive on the inside of their forearms for that reason, because they're going to experience a quick change in their emotional state by doing that. On the back of the neck or your spine, apply blends to the back of your neck or spine when you need mental clarity. It is a quick way for oils to enter the brain. Over the heart area, which like we said, is not actually your heart, but in the center here. This location is on the sternum between your breasts. It is not the literal heart. Apply blends here when dealing with heartache or disappointment or disappointment. Around the belly button. This is a special place to apply oils. This is her favorite place. Her favorite oils to apply around the belly button are those related to protection and boundaries and an increase in immune system function, which is I did not realize. So I will be adding that area for my kids at night when I apply their immune boosting oils. Up and down the midline of the belly, so that the solar plexus. Apply oils here when they're related to self-confidence and self-worth issues. Your belly has many serotonin receptors that contribute to feelings of happiness and self-esteem. The belly is an underutilized location for essential oil application, as when applying to the inside of the forearms, you will feel a shift immediately when applying oils on the belly. And that could not be more true. When I applied that ginger and cinnamon, I felt an immediate change. Something started happening immediately when I did that. So she is very, very true on that. The bottoms of your feet. This is one of the most popular locations to apply oils. This is the preferred location when you need calmness and grounding. And then last, the inhale from the hands. So if there's an oil, like I do this with balance a lot, apply on the inside of the hands, rub my hands together, and just take a very, very deep breath. Sometimes you just want to inhale the oil. One inhale sends the aromatic compounds to the brain and shifts your entire chemistry. Every blend can be used through inhaling alone. Adaptive on the solar plexus, absolutely. You'll feel that immediate change when you do that. All right, you guys, so that is it for today's class. Sorry, I know it went a little bit longer than I wasn't sure how long it was gonna go, to be honest, because I had never done this before. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I have loved learning for this class. I actually plan on teaching this class. I would love to teach it weekly, but we'll definitely be teaching it monthly. Cherish and I had talked earlier about potentially doing some kind of an oil experience with this class. So in the past, many of you guys have attended it, but we sent out samples and then you guys followed along with us. So we're thinking about potentially doing that with this, sending little samples of all of these oils out, making a little roller of the last two, and then teaching this protocol with it. So if you guys know of anyone that would be interested in that, let us know. And let me know if you guys have any questions on any of the other blends in this book or on any of the application processes. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend. All right, guys, bye.